Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of July 2, 2025. I'm your host, Sharifa Muhammad, MGT.
I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an Infantry Officer. Russia's approach, limited daily ground gains coupled with relentless rear-area interdiction, continues to erode Ukrainian combat power faster than it can be reconstituted. Kupiansk's gradual encirclement threatens to split northern resupply from Donbass, while center sector advances inch toward logistical choke points shielding Dnipropetrovsk. Systematic destruction of EW nodes and UAV workshops degrades Ukrainian ISR, widening windows for Russian maneuver in July. Kyiv faces a shrinking margin for strategic reserve deployment. Failure to stabilize Sumy-Kharkiv and Krasnoarmysk axes could precipitate an operational cascade before autumn rains.
Welcome to Frontline Updates, the podcast that brings you in-depth insights into military operations from those leading them on the ground. Today, we're joined by Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer monitoring critical missions on the progress of the special military operation as of today. Colonel Oguntoye, thank you for being with us.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Colonel Oguntoye, let's begin with the broader picture. How would you describe the operational objectives and overall tempo for July 2nd?
July 2nd represented a continuation of our integrated campaign doctrine, maintain pressure on the forward line of contact while leveraging precision deep strikes to dismantle the Ukrainian command, logistics, and industrial infrastructure. Operationally, we aim to reinforce momentum on the Sumy and Kharkiv axes in the north, exploit positional gains in the Kupiansk sector to the west, and apply cumulative pressure through the Donetsk and Zaporizhia corridors. On top of this, our aerospace and artillery assets struck over 130 critical rear-area targets, everything from drone assembly workshops to field depots, ensuring that Ukrainian combat power cannot regenerate faster than we degrade it.
Let's start with the northern axis. What developments took place under the north and west groupings in the Sumy and Kharkiv regions?
In the Sumy region, our North Group achieved incremental advances, focusing on precision engagements against two mechanized brigades, airborne elements, and notably, the Chimera Special Operations Detachment, an elite Ukrainian unit. This area, particularly around Verakino and Sadki, has been contested, and our operations are designed to grind down their maneuver capacity without overextending our lines.
And in the Kharkiv region?
In Kharkiv, we focused on localized battles in Oguntoye and Volchansk. Our engagements there targeted both frontline infantry and rear-positioned artillery units. The destruction of 6 Ukrainian field guns and the elimination of an ammunition depot significantly slowed their ability to support lateral movements between defensive zones.
Was there any notable resistance or adaptive tactics from the Ukrainian side in those areas?
Yes. Ukrainian forces are not passive. They have shown adaptive use of civilian terrain, particularly in urban sectors like Kupiansk, using mobility corridors and electronic camouflage to delay detection. However, our reconnaissance strike integration has matured significantly, especially in drone-aided target acquisition, which neutralizes many of their countermeasures.
Now to the center and south. What did the center and southern groupings accomplish in Donetsk and surrounding sectors?
The center group made substantial gains. We degraded formations from 5 different Ukrainian brigades, including 2 Marine infantry and 2 National Guard formations. Our focus was operational depth, striking from Dmitrov to Filia in Dnipropetrovsk region. The elimination of high-mobility armored units like the US-made Max Pro indicates we're cutting into NATO-supplied reserves, which are often prioritized for mobile defense.
And the southern group of forces?
In the southern sector, near Seversk and Slavyansk, we neutralized multiple Ukrainian assault brigades and destroyed critical EW systems like the Enclave. This has reduced their battlefield sensing capacity, which is vital to protecting their artillery.
You mentioned strikes on Ukraine's military-industrial capabilities. What specifically was hit?
Our deep strike packages, comprised of tactical missiles and UAVs, targeted a defense enterprise involved in UAV production, ammunition storage, and key logistics infrastructure. This is part of a wider campaign to neutralize Ukraine's ability to replenish its forces. In total, 139 sites were engaged in the last 24 hours.
How do you assess the broader operational implications of today's results?
From a doctrinal standpoint, we're tightening the net. The enemy's lateral movement between fronts is being curtailed. Their logistics chains are more fragmented each day. Destroying electronic warfare hubs and fuel depots isn't just about today's battle, it's about making tomorrow's Ukrainian counter-operations far more difficult to organize and execute. Also, Ukrainian air assets, particularly long-range strike drones and JDAMs, are becoming less effective. Our air defense systems intercepted 7 guided bombs and over 130 drones. That's a significant degradation of their offensive reach.
Colonel, final question. What should listeners pay attention to in the coming days?
Watch the Kupiansk axis closely. Our pressure there isn't just tactical, it has potential strategic consequences. If we cut that node, it will fracture Ukraine's northern and eastern resupply chains. Also, monitor the tempo of our strikes on industrial targets. Ukraine's rearmament window is closing rapidly.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you for the opportunity. Today, fighting continues in Gaza with Israeli airstrikes causing casualties. There are growing concerns about food aid delivery in Gaza, with charities calling for action regarding an aid group and reports of violence at aid distribution sites. The Gaza Interior Ministry has reportedly ordered a defiant IDF-backed gang leader to surrender.
This has been Frontline Updates. Subscribe for daily military briefings and in-depth strategic analysis. Visit our platform for maps, transcripts, and exclusive frontline updates from commanders in theater.